I'm here talking to Artison, who's got a release on the New Age Noise compilation called Constellations. And whereabouts are you from? Where are you calling in from?
So I'm calling in from northwest of Sydney, which also happens to be the Hills area.
Yeah, cool. So, have you released music previously to this compilation?
Yes, I have. So there's two tracks. One is called Fleurir, and the other is called A Night in the Dark. And they're both very different to the music that I do want to make later on. They're quite ambient tracks. Yeah. Yeah.
So how would you describe the music that you want to make now?
Music that I want to make now. So I don't really mess with genres because they're kind of outdated. I would just say electronic, but fun and fresh. At least that's where I'm going. You guys haven't heard it yet, but that's where I'm going.
What first got you into music?
Oh. Let's go back to, I guess, when I was 3-4 years old, something like that. I'd say 3. I was like, Mum would take me to the shopping centre, and she would sit me in the baby seat in the trolley, and I would hear the music going on in the shopping mall or in the store that we were in, and I would start pretending to play the piano on the handrail in front of me. And I think that's sort of where it clicked, and Mum was like, hey, I think she wants to learn music. And so from that, my brother was already taking piano lessons, but the piano teacher was like really cruel. And so it made me not want to learn piano. And then eventually my brother switched to another teacher. Her name is Suzanne. If you're listening to this, hi, I appreciate you. Yeah, but we ended up going to Suzanne, and I was like back into wanting to learn piano again. And then after that, in school band, I picked up clarinet, but I picked it up in year 2, which is actually a year younger than when students usually start. And then in terms of how I ended up in electronic music, the high school that I was in, which was the Conservatorium High School, didn't really have any opportunities for electronic music making, at least at the time that I was there. And so I had already, I guess, explored what I wanted to with classical music, with classical clarinet and I guess piano. And I thought to myself, well, I've always sort of said that I don't have good relations with technology. So I thought, okay, if I try and learn music technology, then I can say that I have control over some form of technology and actually feel empowered myself. So it was just a bunch of, I want to learn a lot about music, and also I want to have control over something that I have, that I used to say that I didn't have control over. Yeah.
Cool. So who would you say are your major influences now?
So artists that I love, I'd say straight up Jack Garrett and Tom Misch. They're UK artists. Tom Misch is like got that jazz vibe going. Jack Garrett is more electronic. And they have released incredible music. Holy crap. I think the Geography album by Tom Misch, so good. Go listen to it. And then Jack Garrett is currently in the middle of releasing his entire album. I think it's called Love, Death and Dancing, something like that. Really good as well. But also his previous album is also just as incredible. I recommend you to check that out. And then other artists that I love, there's Nombe, and his album, They Might Have Even Loved Me, incredible. Sort of has that mix of American rock music that I used to listen to back in year six, as well as some of the indie music that I hear on Triple J now. It's just got such a interesting vibe to it, which I really appreciate. And then also some local artists. I mean, Georgia Marley, come on. She just came out with an album on Friday. So yeah,
So
and
now that we're talking about it, like I guess you identify with Georgia because you're both independent artists and you both have come through the New Age Noise Collective.
yeah,
So
for sure.
I wanted to ask you about issues that you might have faced trying to get your music out there. Like,
So issues, the biggest one is definitely because we're independent artists, we have to manage all the social media and all not just the music, so everything besides the music. So organizing gigs if possible, the promotion, and just like making sure you have the content ready for that, and then figuring out what days you want to release it, release your posts, and just and then you also have to take your music to a mixer or masterer, which costs a lot of money. So yeah, there's just a lot of things besides making the music that you have to consider. And yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge. And most of our money comes from gigs, and we don't have that now. So a lot of I know that the music industry is sort of trying to figure out ways to still be able to pay musicians for either online performances and all that. But if you wanted to support independent artists, the best place to go, I say, would be Bandcamp.
how does New Age Noise help alleviate some of those issues?
New Age Noise, New Age Noise has definitely helped a lot. They have brought in people who we've been able to connect with and learn from, where we can get more ideas from as well. So people like Antonia Gauci, people from even just what are they called? Like music, I guess PR
Music.
companies.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, like Groove in the Moo,
Mm-hmm.
which some people work in, and even like yeah, we have connections to people in Universal. Yeah, I mean, I think just having these people being able to shed some light on what goes on in their part of the job, in the music industry, as well as just the music industry as a whole, I think that has definitely been beneficial to not just me, but everyone who has attended those sessions. Yeah, because otherwise I wouldn't know how to release music. I would just be blind out there, just going, okay, I have a new track out, like listen to it, and then no one listens to it. Yeah.
What are some local artists that you'd like to recommend that we can tag in this interview too, so we can give some props out to them too?
Oh, okay. Well, if you didn't already hear Georgia Marley's name, I'm going to say it again, Georgia Marley. And then also some artists from our group as well, Witchings. There's also True, who released a new track, and some other sort of bigger but local artists would be Wolf J, and also a person that I do definitely look up to is Maribel, also known as Better Born, actually. But yeah, she's just like, because she is a person of color and she's female and she's a producer, which is pretty much like ticking the boxes for myself. Oh, also Brailleface from Melbourne.
The New Age Noise compilation is called Constellation. So I wanted to ask you quickly what your favorite constellation was, and if you had a quick like story or explanation about it.
So I was having a look this morning, and a lot of them are associated to astrology, and I thought, but is there not astrology? And there was Lyra. The
Mm-hmm.
harp, I think. Yeah, that one, I mean, it should be pretty self-explanatory because it's harp
Mm-hmm.
music.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah,
most musical constellation. That's
it
beautiful.
is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Cool.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, Artisan, for joining us today.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, looking forward to releasing this compilation soon.
Sounds good. I can't wait for you guys to
Okay.
hear it.